Caleb Parker, and I am the director of the meetings and events agency called Select Event Solutions. I also host a TV show called The Future in 15. Who's seen that before? Thank you. If you are tweeting tonight, as Natasha said, it's hashtag Event Planners Talk, and if you're going to quote me, it's Caleb_Parker. Good. All right, thank you. So, food. How about the food from downstairs? That was good, wasn't it? Yeah. Argentina bowls were really amazing. Tonight, we are going to break into discussions in a bit, and at that stage, there's some food in the back and more drink. Help yourself. But we will be a little bit organized, but we'll also be a little bit flexible. So, okay, without further ado, tonight, what are we talking about? Values in the industry. I'm going to try to be engaging, so I don't like to just stand and talk to people, I like to talk with people. But tonight, in the World Cafe, we're talking about values in the industry and the long-term vision with event stakeholders. And these event stakeholders will identify in just a moment. But tonight's partners, obviously, the Mice blog, everybody knows Arena. And she is right now in Frankfurt, Germany, doing the same exact thing. Tonight is maybe it's not the first time, but we're going to say it's the first time that values in the industry have been talked about in a multi-hub event, which is exciting to me because it's very innovative, and that's what we're about at Future in 15, innovation, right? So, one of our other partners is the Switzerland Convention and Incentive Bureau, and we'll hear from Livio in a moment. Obviously, we're here thanks to the Royal College of Physicians. Thank you, Natasha, for hosting. And the German Event Planners Association is the other partner, and they're hosting in Frankfurt right now. Now, the German Event Planners Association, they created a values codex that is basically a code of practice or a level playing field to sort of help ensure the long-term success of our industry. The 7 values, these are the 7, out of those 7 values, tonight we're going to talk about one of them and focus on one, and that's vision. So, before we go further into that, I'd like to bring Livio up.
Right, my name is Livio. I work for the Swiss Convention Bureau based here in London. And it's great to be here. As Caleb said, the first time having this multi-hub event in 2 cities. Simultaneously in 2 cities, Frankfurt and London. And we've worked with the Arena before. We've participated at event planners talks, also on the Monday checked, and so on. And it's a great opportunity tonight to try out this new format. Now, your business vision starts in Switzerland. Why is that? I should think the theme, the topic tonight that we have, the topic of values in the events industry, and also the topic vision is, and Switzerland together with Switzerland is a perfect match. Because Switzerland has a great and a long tradition of bringing people together. Switzerland Convention Bureau office was founded in 1964, and now we have offices in over 10 countries. So a long tradition of bringing people together to talk about. To meet, to talk about know-how, share know-how, talk about agreements, etc., etc. So great tradition, and especially when it comes to values and business vision, I think this is an essential part. And again, your business vision starts in Switzerland. I don't want to do a long speech. I think we start off with a discussion right now, and I think Caleb's going to explain the next steps now.
So I do like social media a little bit, so I'm going to do a, why not, right? Selfie tweet with everyone in the audience. Okay?
Oh my God. No, go ahead.
Okay.
How's that looking?
I think earlier Livio was going to do a selfie tweet and he hit video instead. It's kind of fun. I do need your participation here, so please, yeah. Go. Yeah. Okay, good. That's weird. All right. You'll all see it. Feel free to retweet. Okay. Good. So, I think that's all the jokes. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. So, as I said, this is going to be your involvement, and I need 4 volunteers. You actually hate when people ask that. But I do know that there are some people in this room that like to talk. So, what we're going to do is, in a moment, we're going to split up into 4 groups, 4 tables, which means you are going to have to move. But before we move, I want 4 volunteers who are going to be leaders of that table. And what you have to do is you have to take some notes, and there's going to be some discussion, and you're going to have to summarize those notes, and you're going to have to, later on, tell the group what the summary is. With customers, the question was, I'm just going to read the question and I'll summarize it for you. What responsibilities do businesses have to customers, and how can a code of conduct guide this? Well, the audience tonight thought that communicating expectations clearly at the outset and throughout the whole process will help with the customer process. And a code of conduct will help by creating minimum standards that everyone can agree on to set expectations at the outset. And the second question for that was, how can event businesses embrace and anticipate the changing demands of their clients and present them with a flexible solution and a long-term strategy for implementation? And the audience thought tonight that the best way to do that was by networking with your peers, with other companies in the industry, and learn about what everyone's doing. Learn about what innovation's happening. Go to events like this tonight and talk with the various stakeholders throughout our industry. On the supplier side, the first question was, how can event businesses ensure that their suppliers are fully aware of and are acting to address the changes and developments in the market? So to answer that question, we thought that standardizing the requirements collection process was very important, and the tendering process. If we can make sure that RFPs and tenders are sort of standardized to make sure that the law is followed, of course, but also the minimum standards that we agree on as a sector. The second question to the stakeholder for suppliers is, how can suppliers strive to maintain, but at the same time avoid overreaching themselves long-term and sustainable business relations, and build long-term sustainable business relationships with clients? I always feel like I'm talking fast. So to answer that question, we said that if we have transparency if a supplier has transparency with their customers of their capabilities to deliver, that's the first way, and certainly congruence throughout the whole tendering process. So I think that's what we agreed on there. Yep. In terms of employees, for the employee stakeholder, the first question was, through long-term personal planning and personal development programs and providing growth and promotion opportunities, how can event businesses avoid frustration and minimize staff turnover? Because obviously everybody knows there's loads of turnover in the sector, and I think the companies with the best culture tend to have team members staying forever. So the first answer to that, what we agreed on, was that if a company shares the goals and expectations, the vision for what they want to achieve at the outset of hiring that team member, this is the best way to achieve this. And the second question is, how can organizations foster knowledge transfer between staff members and team members and strengthen the company's internal operations and external performance? And what we felt the answer to that is really training is super important, and throughout the training process, if we go back to that first point and make sure that the company's goals and vision is shared throughout the training process, but also recognizing the employees and the team members that are excelling in their role and matching them up with new people. I think that's what we said. Yep. Everybody agree? Fantastic. Okay, finally, competitors. So competitors, the final stakeholder in our sector, and the first question was, what advantage does a code of conduct give an event business over their competitors in the eyes of their clients? And what we thought that what was important there is if we have a code of conduct and a company is embracing that and taking the first step into embracing sort of a level code of practice, it will build a reputation for that business as an industry leader. It'll give that business credibility, legitimacy, and build trust with their clients. And ultimately, obviously, that leads to more business. Finally, the last question was, which is an interesting question, what synergies can organizations develop with their competitors in order to remain competitive for their clients and suppliers in the long term? And I was really pleased with this answer. I'm a big fan of collaboration. No pun intended on that. But what we said is that, look, you have competitors, but competitors can be collaborators. There can be synergy there. And if you look at the competitors that maybe complement your own skills, that can fill gaps where you can't fill in, if you have availability issues, that you can bring in a partner, a competitor to a partner, then it's just ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be a win for your client, and that's the number one goal. And that client will come back to you next time, and then maybe you can serve that gap for them next time, or bring that partner in again. So at the end of the day, it is about serving that client. And we did talk about tonight some examples of how people were creating synergy with their partners, with bringing in competitors to partner with them. So that concludes our discussion tonight, and we've had a great event. We want to thank the Royal College of Physicians for hosting, and the Switzerland Convention and Incentive Bureau, Mr. Lydia over here. And we'll turn it over now to our friends in Frankfurt. Hope everyone had a good night. Thank you.